Junior was like any other teen with some differences. One of the differences was he was Native American. Junior lived on an Indian reservation in which he described as 1 million miles north of importance and 2 billion miles west of happy. The reason he said this was because how the whites treated the natives due to the treatment they lived on the reservation. During this story, we had to keep in mind some essential questions, one being how can people both individually and collectively break out of the box? Junior shows this when he was tired of being just your average Native American and said he wanted to be something better, something greater. His way of doing that was transferring to a new school where more opportunities are available. He went out of his comfort zone and defied the logic of what many Native Americans thought. For example, when most believe that once you live on the reservation, you stay there. I connect with Junior and how he feels when he left his comfort zone. Being that I was from Southern California, there was a high influence that if you want to survive, you must walk, talk, and act a certain way, that being a gangster. I followed that for a while because that's what my family and my peers did, but I decided that I can better myself if I don't follow that path of violence and gang life.
Another essential question that we discuss is what is freedom, what are rights, and what are human rights? Human rights is defined as a right that is believed to belong justifiably to every person. Junior tells us that some of his rights are taken when he says, our white scientists believed that Indians only felt half as much pain as white people did. So he only gave us half the noble pain, which is a medicine they use to numb the pain. Not only with intentions, but more so, even to his right of safety, when people beat him up because he was quote-unquote retarded. Because of my age, my ideas were turned down by engineers for a environmental project that involved clean energy. They wanted engineers to take a close look at the concepts and say that it might work. It took one person that was like all the other engineers to convince them that I could do things that they thought I can't do. The last question we went over was, how do cultural and political systems create inequality? June was being seen as lower human when Mr. Dodge denied the intelligence of him when he corrected him in class about petrified wood. Actually being made of minerals, not actual wood. Because whites had a strong belief that they were superior to Native Americans, he denied it. Back then, I wanted to be like everyone else, but I can't because of my race. So instead of being like everyone else, I decided to do my two lives, Asian and American. Something Asian I would do is eating with a big group of family and friends and going company. Something American could be watching football. Instead of hiding my true self from everyone else, acting like an American, I decided to choose my own path, which made others more accepting of me.